Arrow Season 8, Episode 10, title Fadeout, the final episode of Arrow, which is always fucking weird to say. I mean, seriously. Really, seriously, to say, hey, I'm covering and reviewing a final episode of a show. And I think it's just naturally to feel that way because, you're being with these characters, you're being invested with these characters for X amount of years, for some characters since Series 5, for some characters since Series 1, and since day 1, really, since the pilot. And us officially saying goodbye to some of these versions, maybe some of these versions, of these characters, it's just that weirdness saying goodbye. And this episode did feel like epilogue. It felt like epilogue. The whole episode is about Team Arrow dealing with loss, really. Team Arrow dealing with mourning and how they're coping with the death of Oliver. Diggle's not taking the most. Diggle's the one who's saying, like, no, we need to go out there. We need to go out there and continue Oliver's mission. But Star City seems clear. Somehow, Oliver makes Star City into Metropolis. It's insane how clear and eluded and crime level stuff. How insane it is. And Diggle's like, no. And so it's taking a lot of mourning and used to it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, essentially, if you want, it is essentially the character saying goodbye to Oliver, but it's also us saying goodbye to Oliver. We are attending the funeral. And it's really well done. It's really well done. Now, the thing is, we have, it's natural. It's the final episode of the show, and your title character, your main character, the lead of the show, died 2 episodes ago. So, naturally, you're like, well, naturally you do flashbacks, right? You do flashbacks, which is, for the first 5 years, is a natural thing. It's a very Arrow thing for, out for the show. You have flashbacks that they did for the first 5 seasons. And at the beginning I was like, okay, this feels a bit jarring to the main story. I don't get it. I mean, that 5-minute action sequence is superb. There's a good action scene to end on. But I was like, oh, what's the point of this? And it's like, oh, at the end I'm like, oh, that's the point. To remember where we started. Oliver was this guy who was all focused on the list and was kind of like, if you're on the list, you're going to get an arrow into you. And you're like, okay. And you're like, oh, you're kind of just fair. I mean, here's the thing. This episode did felt like a nice, peaceful send-off. It did. I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to talk about the spoilers at the end, nearly at the end. The funeral scene is lovely. I mean, we do see Barry and we do see Kara there, which was kind of neat. And characters we haven't seen since, God knows. I mean, what's the last time we saw Nyssa? That's my question. Since season 5? Season 5? Season 7? Season 7, because the old timeline of Mia got trained by Nyssa. Season 7. We say goodbye to the Ghouls. We say goodbye to this person. We say goodbye to this, and we say goodbye to basically all the characters who died because Oliver brought them back to life. Minus Laurel, because it's the whole thing of hey, we all, you'll travel on this earth, so haha, you'll stay here. Laurel has already got filled. So yeah, wonderful way to end. And of course, they ended with some cliffhangers, even for the final episode, with Diggle opening a box. A spaceship crashes down. There's a box. He opens that box, and it lights green, which is, of course, means he's going to become a Green Lantern. I don't know. Here's the thing. I think we all I mean, they're making a Green Lantern show. So maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe, because here's the thing, you don't really end on John Diggle Stewart opening a box that glows green and there's an end on that. I mean, you can't really, can you? Can you? It has to be the Green Lantern. He's going to become Green Lantern. Mia goes back to her Earth. Of course, leads to the spin-off show, but there's no confirmation if that's happening. It could be that, like, hey, episode 9 was the only time we saw, people saw that type of show. But yeah, it's wonderful way, and this is a damn good series to end on. I think, it has to be, maybe the third best, second. I think it might be the second best season. I think. Series 1 probably is the best, but 8's way up there. I think maybe because it's 10 episodes and they're able to make it, or 14, you want to include the Crisis episode. It's snappy, it's quick, it's out there. It just gets to the point. There's not much filler where we're like, oh my god, what's the point of this? And me who enjoyed, 8 out of 10, this is a really solid way. And to quote the show, the writers and the showrunners, all that kind of stuff, did not fail this final episode. I don't know.